Aloha, y'all. It is Friday, Freya's Day, named after Freya, Friday, see it? Freya, the Venus equivalent in the Nordic pantheon, plus maybe Hera. It is a Venus ruled day. Esoterically, today is January 30th. The sun is in Aquarius 10 degrees, the moon is in Cancer 10 degrees, Mercury is conjunct Venus 17 and 16 degrees respectively in Aquarius, Mars is conjunct Pluto in Aquarius 5 and 3 degrees. There's a whole lot of Aquarius energy still going on. The moon is in Cancer, trining North Node in Pisces. Let's get into the astrology, though. The cards. I'll reference the astrology as we go. The Two of Wands is the card of the day with a clarifier of the Page of Swords. And the wild card is coming from Brian Froud's Fairy Oracle deck, the Sage, which we'll read about in a second. So, Wands are all about action and decisions. If you're a fire sign, you're a wand. Aries, Leo, Sagittarians, naturally a wand. Everybody has will and ego and action, but they are the fire signs. On page 104, I Dare to Choose. It's about gaining perspective, all that Aquarius energy. Waiting for the right moment, drafting plans, looking out to the future. The Two of Wands represents the desire for powerful discovery, a willingness to risk life and limb to gain an exceptional perspective, scaling new heights, commanding the best vantage point. You need to gain a greater perspective on a particular project, relationship, or life situation in order to inspire some form of possible resolution and subsequent next steps. We got to see the game and then make the moves, right? It may also indicate a higher purpose, North Node in Pisces, trining Moon in Cancer, or a cause, all this Aquarius energy for the revolution, is calling you into action. You need to find your bearings and plan your moves towards that. In the card, a character, Identity Hidden, is precariously balanced on the pinnacle of an incredibly tall building, which he has just scaled with phenomenal agility and athleticism. He clasps two wands rather. He's holding on to two wands that look set to roar off into the sky. From his towering perch, he can see across a vast distance below him a settlement built in some great circle. The two wands gather power and momentum, asserting a force which wants to be released into the space around them to find their destination. He faces a choice. Will he allow them to lift him off the summit and propel him somewhere unknown, trusting their guidance, North Node in Pisces, trusting the process? Or will he hold on to them and wait until he has a proper fix on the direction he wants them to power him towards? Is he going to hack and make it so through willpower, right? All this Aquarius energy. Is he going to have a better view of how to deal with it through his mind and not just trusting? There's no wrong answers, right? Just different consequences. All-seeing eyes and alien presence has arrived, and he has yet not realized this higher intelligence is right behind him. One has to wonder whether this fleet of UFOs are an emissary carrying a great promise, or do they pose a great threat? They symbolize the astonishing present potential and revelations displayed in front of us that are neglected because we are so otherwise preoccupied. Uranus and Taurus trining Mars and Pluto conjunction in Aquarius, like it's revolutionary times, and there's going to be elements like aliens and disclosures and stuff like that that are going to rock our boats, things we didn't see coming. The possibility of something truly amazing is yet unnoticed. He is obviously on a covert mission, not wishing to be recognized. We can assume he is acting for either self-interest or for a higher cause, where both possibilities involve some risk if he is recognized. And so we visit the moment of choice to fly with the force of both wands, ideas that have their own intrinsic energy, or should he hold on and use their energy to plan and execute the next phase of his adventures? Like, are we going to be taken, or are we going to utilize and guide? The moment of decision, two pathways, to direct with one's will or be directed by the will of something else. The Two of Wands suggests wherever you are in your life, it would be advisable to gain a powerful perspective. Stand back before the rework of your inspiration, having an incredible idea, and that seizes you and sends you flying. Review your position. Can you see the landscape ahead, the trajectory of this possibility, or does there need to be much more research before you embark on something new? There is tremendous advantage in taking the time to see and investigate the bigger picture, understanding how the topography of your life, your goals and dreams, spans out across time and space. The possibility is absolutely present for you to reach previously unimaginable heights with your ideas and sense of purpose. All this Aquarius energy, North Node of Pisces, trining the moon, like we can feel into the fact that we're expanding, right? And we're going to have a lot of change here. So gaining perspective, waiting for the right moment, drafting your plans, looking out to the future. With the clarifying card being the Page of Swords. The page is the playful, fun part, childish part of the mind. Oh, no, the pages are sticking. So, King of Cups, Princess of Swords. Oh, yeah, Princess's page in this deck. I was like, where is it? Here it is. On page 84, I call on you to live your truth, dazzling in the delight of your ambition, paying attention to your surroundings, questioning your reality, keeping an open mind, right? We got to keep our minds open. We got to understand that change is afoot. Where we go is going to be radical, no matter what we decide to do. Rush has a great line: if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice, right? So if we stand here, our arms are going to get ripped off. If we hold on to this, we go to Mars. If we hold on to this, we go to Saudi Arabia or whatever. So we got to play holding on loosely, not letting go. Hold on to that horse, but are we guiding the horse, or is it taking us somewhere else? How are we playing with our ideas in our role in the revolution? The wild card is the Sage on number 19 in the Fairy Oracle deck, Friday Fairy Oracle. So let's read about that. Here we see deep, on page 88, number 19, the Sage. Wisdom, hidden knowledge, retreat, old age, and patience. Here we see wisdom and deep inner understanding. One of the keys of wisdom is to organize, integrate, and simplify one's thoughts, right? That page of wands, or page of swords rather, not being so cluttered in your head, looking at it as a game of exploration. You're in an RPG. How do you want to develop your character? What forces are developing the character that you have no control over? That kind of thing. Complexity often leads to confusion. Simplicity is to be valued. This card signifies mental discipline informed by balancing learning and compassion. Learning, Sun in Aquarius, and compassion, Moon in Cancer. Tradition is valued, but appropriate change is accepted. The Sage knows when to let go and when to move on. Like the rockets in the hands. It's like, which are you holding on to? What are you going to have to let go of? He knows when to retreat and think things over. He compassionately and wisely shares his knowledge with others, teaching by example as well as by precept. The scales of justice are balanced in the Sage's hand. This card in a reading also signifies the need for a deep consideration and a refined judgment applied with both compassion and mercy. So we want to be kind to ourselves and others, but whether you're Paul Revere, the Redcoats are coming, or Betsy Ross stitching the flag, or whatever, Thomas Jefferson getting the French involved in the war, you're going to have a role in the revolution. It's happening. Right? You're going to have to get a bird's eye view, like a disassociated, there's no head, there's a head, less body, or there's a sink, right? Circle, circle, dot, dot. Now I've got my cootie shot. Like, okay, so what do you do when you have the cootie shot? Where are you going to rocket to? You got choices to make, but do it in a playful way, because enlightenment is about lightening up. You want to be wise, and getting to wisdom means making choices that benefit you and others with circumspection, with awareness. But you also want to, realize we have to hold on loosely and play the game of life. And how you play the game, if he's sitting there going, oh my god, I feel all the turbulence, I'm freaking out, I'm shitting my pants, it's very different than it's like, oh hoo-hoo, here we go, it's me, Mario, into the next world. How are you playing the game? What wisdom are you finding as you play that game? And how are you applying that wisdom in the topography of the game? Pretty much the vibe of the day. So if you've enjoyed this, leave a tip. Obviously, holler for a reading. An hour of cards, 5 tarot, 5 oracle cards is $50. 3 plus hours of astrology is $150. If it's your birthday, it's half off on either or both of those. And if you refer somebody to me, you get half off on a card reading for yourself. So there's plenty of ways we can hang out, geek out. You can learn and know what map you're playing on and what choices to make, gaining wisdom, right? And still playing around and having fun while you're at it. It doesn't all have to be all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, but responsibility and choices are here. So if you want that kind of reading, hit me up for a reading. Enjoy your Freya's day. We got decisions to make. Let's be wise, as within, so without. Like, what do we prefer, knowing that we can't control everything and we have to kind of go with the flow at some level as well. On that note, enjoy your Freya's day, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Adios.